This story is crazy right here. Washington State. This guy right here murdered his 3 children. And he's wanted, and he's out on the loose somewhere in the mountainous region west of Leavenworth, Washington. Come on in, folks. Come on in. JLR Investigate. Now look very closely at this man right here. 32-year-old Travis Caleb Decker. And, oh my goodness, this is terrible. He murdered his 3 children under the age of 10. These are just 3 little girls. So this whole crazy situation, I'm getting all types of vibes here. I'm getting Chad Dorman vibes, Chad Dorman, Ohio. I'm getting Chris Watts vibes, Chris Watts, Colorado, his children. And I'm also getting Joseph Couch vibes, the man that shot at the interstate in Kentucky and went into the woods. And then they found his body in the woods. Reason being because this guy's military trained. Went to Fort Benning in Georgia, has ties to Wisconsin. And he's in a custody situation going on with his wife. And his wife, it appears, has full custody, it looked like, because he had visitation rights. And last week, Friday, he didn't return the 3 children. Now, he's homeless, too, apparently living out of his vehicle. So he didn't return the children. He had the children between 5 and 8. And after 8, when the p.m. on Friday, the children didn't come home. Their mother started panicking and calling police and everything like that. And it didn't even fit Amber Alert criteria at the time, which is even more crazy. We'll talk about that later. And then he's, all weekend long started circulating on social media. Where is this dude? He didn't bring his children back, and the unthinkable just happened. Their bodies were found in a campground just west of Leavenworth. You gotta be kidding me. With his vehicle there and he's not around. Military. Is he hiding out in the mountainous woods area there? That's Leavenworth. Leavenworth is like a nice town area. I don't know if you've ever seen the Christmas lights in Leavenworth. It's beautiful. It's one of the most holiday season town in America. It's perfect, but it's west of there, but it's still the general area. Now let's talk. Let me give you all the information about this. Maps, police statements, pictures of the girls, him. We got to get this creep off the street ASAP. So I'm going to share this with you and then we'll further discuss.
3 girls reported missing over the weekend have now been found dead. Wenatchee police say a pickup truck belonging to the girls' father was found empty yesterday afternoon near the Rock Island Campground near Leavenworth. Officers searched the area and found the bodies of the 3 girls. Their father, Travis Decker, was not there. Investigators say it all started when the girls' mother called Wenatchee police on Friday night and reported the girls had not returned from a planned visitation with their father. That's when the search to find them started. Their disappearance did not meet standards for an Amber Alert, but an endangered missing person alert was issued on Saturday. Detectives were able to track down some of the father's vehicle's movements, and that eventually led officers close to the area where they found that pickup truck and then the tragic discovery of the girls' bodies. They were ages 5, 8, and 9 years old. Detectives are still looking for this man. The girls' father, 32-year-old Travis Decker, is now wanted on 3 counts of murder and kidnapping. Police say Decker is former military and has had extensive training. It is unknown whether he's armed, but police are asking anyone who may see him not to approach. Instead, call 911 immediately. Decker is described as 5 feet 8 inches tall, about 190 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. Again, if you spot him, don't approach, but call 911.
All right, new bulletin out by the Wenatchee Police Department, Washington State, press release, June 3rd, 2025. The Wenatchee Police Department is saddened to report the 3 missing girls have been found deceased. We want to express our sincere and deep, heartfelt condolences to the family at this time. We have been in close communication with the family at each step of the investigation. Yesterday morning, Wenatchee police detectives met with the family to provide an update on the case. Later in the afternoon, the family was requested to return shortly after the truck was located. For the next several hours, the family remained at WPD with leadership and received updated information from the scene as it became available. WPD, along with the other regional, state, and federal agencies, are committed to working diligently to bring closure to this case. The following is a brief summary of the in-depth coordinated investigation. Friday, May 30th, 9:45 p.m. The Wenatchee Police Department responded to a civil complaint. The mother of the 3 young girls reported her daughters not being returned following a planned visitation with their father. The girls involved were ages 9, 8, and 5 years old, all under the age of 10. The father has been identified as 32-year-old Travis Decker, previously homeless. Officers immediately began working to determine the whereabouts of Decker and the children. Decker was believed to be living out of the white 217 GMC Sierra pickup, Washington license plate. We won't repeat that here. Based on initial information provided to patrol, all Wenatchee and East Wenatchee area motels were checked with no results. The vehicle information was also entered into the local flock database, which indicated the vehicle had traveled westbound on Highway 2 from Wenatchee on May 30th. So westbound. Washington State Patrol were contacted on Friday night to request an Amber Alert. However, it did not meet the required criteria. There was a lot of outrage about that. On Saturday, the police detectives recontacted WSP with additional information, and an endangered missing person alert was issued, EMPA. Throughout the remainder of the weekend, the Wenatchee police detectives continued to investigate the case. The Wenatchee police detectives worked with local law enforcement partners to check possible locations throughout the Chelan County in an effort to locate Decker and the 3 girls. This report goes on to say, second page, based on information developed over the weekend with the assistance of the FBI, Wenatchee Police, and the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, detectives believe Decker and the girls were still in the county. On June 2nd, the search area was narrowed to somewhere between Icicle Road and Chumstick Road near Leavenworth, and a warrant for Decker's arrest was obtained by the police detectives for 3 counts of custodial interference, first degree. On June 2nd, resources searching the area included Chelan County deputies, detectives, emergency management, and Homeland Security helicopter. At approximately 3:45 p.m., a deputy located Decker's vehicle near the Rock Island Campground, accessed by Icicle Road. The vehicle was unoccupied. Nobody was in there. Additional law enforcement officers responded and searched the immediate area. During the search, the bodies of the 3 children were discovered. Decker was not located. Shortly after this discovery, the East Cascade SWAT team was activated and responded to the area and began searching for Decker. Around the same time, WSP crime scene response team was requested to handle processing of the crime scene, including a search of Decker's vehicle. At this time, the search is still ongoing and Decker has not been located. Crime scene processing is expected to conclude sometime around June 3rd. We're asking for the community assistance in locating Decker. Decker is currently wanted for 3 counts of murder, first degree, and kidnapping, first degree. Decker is a former military with extensive training. It's unknown where Decker is currently armed. It's unknown whether he's currently armed, but he may pose a significant risk. If approached, any member of the public who believes they may have seen Decker since Friday, May 30th, and or know his current whereabouts are asking to call 911 immediately. This is crazy. And we'll show you the map area where the bodies were located. His vehicle was found, but not him. It looks like a very wooded area. All right, this is Google Maps. I'll share you the location where the vehicle was found and the bodies of the 3 little girls. Looks like the center part of the state of Washington, west central part. It is just west of Leavenworth. It is in the mountainous area. This is the Rock Island Campground area. Icicle Ridge you see there. And it is rough in this area. Let me just show you what we're looking at here. This is what we're looking at here. This type of terrain. So it's very rugged. It's hilly. A lot of stones and rocks. Rolling rapids. Tall trees. All that stuff. Mountains. You know, this guy's been in the military, so he obviously has the capability of surviving in these elements. But it looks rough and rugged out there. Also, folks, look, Leavenworth, Washington, weather forecast. So, you know, moving forward, and I would assume the last couple days are probably the same, but the highs in the day, 74, 76, 82, 81, 88. Actually gets warmer towards the end of the week. But, you know, the lows in the mid to upper 40s, 50s. So this is definitely survivable weather here that, you know, a survivalist or someone out in the elements could definitely survive this. It's not freezing cold out there right now in Leavenworth, Washington area. All right, so I'm shocked considering the circumstances of him being in the military and not returning the children. They didn't automatically issue an Amber Alert because that probably would have had more agencies involved, and they probably would have apprehended him pretty quickly with the girls. This is horrible. What type of monster would do this to their own children? Are you kidding me? Crazy monster. And we'll see where he's at. I think he's in the woods around there. I think he's playing that Eric Rudolph survival typist and sitting out in the woods, and he's just going to be out there. And personally, in my opinion, I think, and now we don't support this whatsoever on JLR Investigates. We're just keeping it real. I think there was self-harm involved. I think he just was at the end of his ropes because he's in this custody thing. For some reason, he didn't get the custody of the children. It's probably his fault, right? It's probably his fault. You know, custody battles are it's crazy in some people. You know, some go smoothly, others don't. And, you know, he doesn't have a home, and I can tell you, and I'm not going to share who the mom is because she's totally distraught. I can't imagine. No, I can't even imagine what the mother's going through. But, you know, they both lived together at one point, and they had a very expensive home, like $500,000 home. And now he's homeless. So, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we'll get some more backstory. But still, if you see this guy, 911, 911. If you see him, 911. Get him, you know, off the street. Don't try to be here yourself. This dude, if he did this to children, he could do this to anyone. So just be very careful out there. Avoid. I would just, you know, maybe make a video, you know, just for documentary evidence so you can give to law enforcement, make that call to law enforcement, and then give the video or footage to law enforcement, and then, you know, they'll find him. He could be not even in that area. He could be gone somewhere, but something tells me he's in the woods there, and it's just so remote out there. I think he's playing remote, and if he's still alive, which I doubt, he could be still out there. He could have got some help, but I'm sure law enforcement's going through all his connects and everything, and probably no one is helping this guy. No one would ever dare help someone that does this crazy crime. All right, more information comes out of this. We'll share on JLR Investigates, Magnolia and JLR Investigates. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.